Welcome back to Vigga VTV. This is, of course, the Pipebomb session. We talk about anything and everything. I've got myself, obviously. I've got my co-host, Illa Rocks.
Come on.
Special guest today, my day one brethren.
Yes, sir.
Sergio.
What's
bro.
So happy to have you in here today.
Real
Thank
talk,
you,
bro.
Thank you,
Trust.
Trust.
Yeah, big up to Vigga VTV.
Safe my G.
Big
Safe my
things
G.
that you've been doing, bro.
Love.
Big up the motivation, yeah.
So today we are going to speak about a deep topic. It's going to be about dealing with loss in terms of bereavement and in terms of breakups as well. So let's just get into it, guys, man. So I'm going to probably start from you, Illa, then go to Serge, then go to myself. It's going to be deep in it. Just let the people know what it is, isn't it?
I don't know. I think I've been thinking about this question and how I'm gonna approach it and all of that stuff. Loss in it. It's like, I think for me personally, the greatest loss I've ever dealt with is probably my grandma. And because I felt like she was the first woman who ever showed me love. And then most recently, my daughter. And not loss in the sense that she died or anything like that, but just the present absence, that I'm not able to be there for her as I would love to, and that's my own doing, to be honest.
No, but it's the kind of what you're used to someone being around. Is that what you find hard?
So like with my daughter, literally, I was there when she got given birth to. I was in the hospital from even before she was in her mother's stomach and all of that stuff. I used to talk to her and all of that. And when she her mom, my missus at the time, her mom had to literally send me home because I wouldn't leave the hospital when she was late. She didn't want to come out. I think she was scared of this world or whatever.
Do you blame her?
I don't blame her, bro. You know what I'm saying? Too much mess up going around in this world, man. But I mean, I think it was literally 2 to 3 months after, and then I and the missus separated, and you know how it is. Is
she using it as a tool? Is she doing this?
No, I don't know. I think, to be honest, what I caused was I abused her. You know what I'm saying? It's just straight up. I'm a kind of man who I can face up my shit and,
real talk.
And what
most men can't do that though. That's the thing.
No, because
obviously that's how you grow as a person.
Because I understand the stigma and the fear and people are afraid and stuff But me personally, I abused her. I abused her several times. So she's in the right to take the child away, because at the end of the day, if I guess her reason is that if I can do that to her, then what happens to the child and that. So
I think when you give life, that life becomes bigger than yours, isn't it? So I think in that's hence the reason she's probably more guarded, as you said. Really.
Definitely. I mean, it's a loss in a sense, because obviously I'm not gonna get to see my first child ever. I haven't been experiencing. She's gonna be 3 in June, so I've literally I've been out of her life for the past 3 years.
I know personally you've been
I've been trying my best in it, trying hard, and it's been very hard, very depressing, blah, 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 all of that shit. But I think...
So how do you mainly cope? That's the thing. How do you get to back? Because in the society we're in, it's very easy to fall into depression, which leads into yourself. And then,
I mean, being Nigerian, I was born in depression.
real talk, bro. So,
you know what I mean? I think
obviously people don't know your story, so you come here.
So we've had battles. This is one of many of a few battles. But obviously this one it feels more harder because I feel like I've caused it myself.
But what, as a man, obviously now we're reflecting on, what do you think caused your self-destruction?
So
that's a very harsh word, obviously.
No. That's correct. I think again, it's the quality of my thinking and the quality of my confession and the things I've been saying consciously and subconsciously, do you know what I mean? And how I've been approaching life in general. I think how I've been coping with it, though, to answer your question, is knowledge. Just getting more psychological knowledge on my upbringing and what has affected me to make my decisions and do the things I've done. And prayers, I have a very, very strong religious faith background, so I try to pray as much as possible and get into faith and all of that stuff. But it does affect your whole life.
Yeah, of course.
It affects me writing music. It affects me trying to stabilize myself in a job. Sometimes I'll be in a job, but because I'm not going home to see my daughter,
what's the point?
I feel like, what the fuck is the point of all of this? You know what I mean? And then I pull myself out of work, and it's a roller coaster in it. But I think making peace with things.
Yeah.
You know, within myself. You know, resolving things within myself and be like, you know what, I need to become more aware of the things I can control and the things I can't control. Is enabled me to get better.
Get better. So like, yeah, that's perfect. I get where you're coming from. It's hard. It's not easy. That's why we talk. It's a very touchy subject because when you got yourself in this position, it's trying to get yourself out of it and live a normal life without resorting to extremities of like, you know. Yeah, that's the hard bit of it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
it's a detachment.
It's hard because it's easier to deal with someone or to deal with a loss when it's gone.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Real was just like, yeah.
But when it's there and you know it's
that's the worst. You know, it sounds really bad. I'd rather you just die.
Yeah. No, like,
you know,
I'll just die.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, that's part of the main thing. It's like,
because it's like it's out of your circle of influence.
Yes,
like,
yes,
there you can get. You're in the same.
So yeah, and I guess that's where the whole idea of suicide comes in, where you're feeling like I've had spells of suicides. Like I mean, I was abused by my mother from young, so those are like my secondary or primary thoughts. But obviously, normally as I've grown to this age now, I've found methods of okay, cool. I understand when this thought is this or that is this. You know what I'm saying? But bro, like, I know it's nowhere compared to other people who have actually lost family members.
No, but I have to, because I think we're all cut from different cloths. So what you go through is different. Like we're all like our levels of like.
Yes.
It's still different.
Of course. Like, no, you're right. No one can say my pain is more than yours.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's a resonance of pain and in spectrums of what you're experiencing. So definitely, I definitely understand that. But I mean, I know I've that loss. That I think I've made peace with it now. So it's no longer kind of like a loss. It's just an experience. Exactly. It's turning wounds into wisdom, really and truly. You know.
Serge, brother.
Yeah, I hear that, man.
Talk to us, bro. I know it's hard, bro. Just do what you can, man.
Well, I've had like about 10 deaths in my family for around 12 years. So I had a few years where I thought, like, you know, no deaths. But then like as a family, we're just expecting the next one. So I've had like various different deaths from like cancers and suicide and then there's actually first degree murder happened to my cousin.
I remember.
So it's different things. I mean, different. Fucking flopping, bro.
No. Do your thing, bro. We got you, bro.
Okay. So with like the whole with the cancer stuff, you can kind of you've got that time frame to to spend time with your loved ones and say goodbye.
I think that makes it harder.
Bro. I don't know how I'll do it. Yeah, man. I feel you, but I can understand it though. You know.
And then you got the suicidal part where it's like. Right, you had the choice. So there's a lot of anger and resentment towards that person when he's gone.
I think why'd you do it, but then you're sad for the loss kind of thing.
Yeah. Like you still had your kids here, rare. And then there's the murder bit, and that one killed me, broke me down.
I remember.
Put me in a shredder. I tried to, I've taken 10 years. It's been 10 years since that. But I'm trying to put myself back together.
Great to see you, bro. Great to see you, man. We've been there in the journey, me and Illa.
Always
crazy. So
these guys have supported me,
bro. It's what friends do, bro. We got you, bro. We got you.
Come on, my bro.
So like, now obviously the hard question is how did you manage to get yourself from where you was to here now, like speaking about it and in a position where obviously working, you're in a better place. How do you know?
Well, I've got like a similar background to Illa in that sense where I had like I got away from working life and I was battling the fact that I was learning about the murderer of my cousin, getting information about him, and that leads you to opportunities, leads you to aggression, leads you to thinking
so many
revenge basically. But then I observed that in my meditations and learnt that that was the reason why I'm losing hair. That's the reason why I'm feeling down.
Real shit. No, but look, we laugh about that shit, but that's real. When you start losing hair from depression and fucking, bro, I've felt that.
Man, have to talk to my barber. Make sure
trust me, bro.
To go too deep with that shit.
I'm saying, bro.
You have to preserve it, though. That's real.
Yeah, real talk, man.
But yeah, bro, like to get out of it, literally had to speak to myself and say, yo, like, stop thinking about the worst things that you're going to do to this guy and start thinking how I'm going to move forward in my own life.
Yes, sir.
Because, you know, like, I know, like, death is death and there's life as well.
Definitely,
you know?
we're all going to die. But it's like, it's just the way you died. I think what was the cousin one, that was hard.
Yeah, that was very hard.
That was very hard.
Yeah,
man. Out of your circle of influence again. And personally thinks of why would you do that?
There was no, he wasn't part of the gang.
I think I remember when you were going through that. I think like just how it happened was what was more shocking about the whole scenario and the whole situation. Is like there was no connection or anything, and it happened outside his front house, isn't it?
Luckily, he got to see his mum. But that's it, man. Yeah, that's life, bro. But
makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, Vigga, what about you? I mean, what's your journey of loss and how have you dealt with it? And you know, what can you teach people that they're going maybe through similar? Because I mean, you've lost your. I mean, I didn't know this about Victor. Like, I was friends with Vigga for a long time, and in college, like this nigga used to be the most happiest guy ever. Like bright colored clothes, you know what I'm saying? Smile on his face, getting bitches, you know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. But I mean, he's just that kind of brother who like you would never know that there's more behind the smile. And I think it was your mom who actually told me about your loss, and I remember just be like, raw, like I had so much more respect for you because you know you never carried it around, you never showed it or anything like that. But how did you deal with it?
It's hard because obviously my dad died when I was 9, and obviously it's hard because I remember my dad used to come home when CITV used to be the thing, could bring us chocolate and stuff. He was a really good man, and that's all I knew. And then one day you woke up and obviously a police knock on the door and go, your dad's dead. You think, what? Hold on a minute, I thought it was a joke. And then my mum screaming, I remember it, she was screaming, crying, and you're a 9-year-old boy, but you don't know what to do to make your mum feel better. And that hurt me the most. And and I think it's just someone not being there who I cared about a lot. That was the hard thing for me. And then it's just picking your mum up, and then my mum just had twins at the time. So bear in mind, she's a new mother, she's got twins crying, and then it's just me, my older brother, and we're moving at the same time, bear in mind. So before he died, he put a place in where we're buying the house, so my mum can't back out there now, so she has to go through it.
Damn.
So it was all happened all at once: stress, anxiety, sadness. And then the journey kind of shaped me to the point where it got worse. Then my brother was diagnosed with cancer, like brain tumour. So it was in and out of chemo. So it was just my mum, and obviously she was going to the hospital to visit him. So that's why I'm very good with kids, because I looked after Wayne and Whitney. So I kind of had to be there for them.
Yeah.
Respect.
So I didn't really see my mum as much because she was there looking after my brother. So I was looking after the twins. I was just trying to maintain the house, trying to live a normal school life at the same time. So that's the hard thing, because you want to be a normal kid
and balance all this whole thing happening outside of the home as well.
Exactly, because your home's supposed to be a place of peace, and you're going back and it just reminds you of
chaos.
Everything lost.
Broken,
So then my brother passed, and obviously bear in mind we went to the same school. So it's harder to face your peers when you're used to being this guide, and obviously your person who was at the same school as you has died, and you have to carry a kind of sorrow with you. And it never gets easy, to tell you the truth. I just sometimes block it out. It never gets easy, but I had to be strong because my mum, my brother and sister. So I'm not saying you should block it out completely, but I'm trying to say it's easier to get on when you've got something to live for, if it makes sense. I had to make sure they're okay. So we thank God now I'm here, like mum's mortgage free. I made sure that some of the burden's placed off her and I can try help her. So it's a hard one. It's not easy at all. Like there'll be days where there's a real guy, I'll tell you, I'll cry in the pillow, because I remember when the first time he died, I used to always be on his Game Boy like playing. I used to walk past his room and he'd be there playing. So I remember the first day, I think it was the day after when he died, I remember walking past and he wasn't there.
Empty.
I just broke down into tears. I just broke down, because it's just that detachment, someone being there, not being there it's crazy. It's crazy. So it's not easy. For everyone looking who's lost people, it's not easy at all. So I'll just be strong and just keep on doing you.
Real. On the positive note, it's your mindset is always mind over matter. It's always making sure that you positively say things to yourself as well, and making sure that you have great people like this, true honest individuals. Like, I mean, my friends that I've met them since I've been friends with them for over 10 years now. So I think you guys also help with the loss as well. You guys also enable with the with the process. But I mean, boy, it's amazing though. It's deep.
On a light note, just to round up as well, so we're touching this briefly as well, because we've all been in relationships. Sometimes they break down.
Ah, yeah. You remember the first one, bro?
Oh my God.
We was in despair, me and Vigga.
Yeah,
And it happened at the same time.
Yeah,
So when we had our first two proper relationships, it was like a week apart, you know what I'm saying? Fucking fuck us up.
And you think to yourself, like, bro, what was all that about?
What was that all about?
When you go
I was there chasing her down, bringing her down.
You say that, yeah, but are you forgotten how much we did to get over them?
We didn't know our full potential. So it's like, oh my God, they're like heaven, like angels.
Yeah, it's true.
And now they'll be chasing us.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, sort of.
You know when you lose someone, like when you lose someone that's really close to you, it makes you. It's easier for you to get over that. You know, like,
breakups
like,
and stuff like that.
Yeah, you made that choice. Whereas when someone's out of your life because they just can't be in your life, it's
deep.
Calm. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's deep.
No, but you know, it's mad because I think it's an experience for everyone. It's a learning curve.
Yeah.
Like, I think things that are meant to be will be.
Yes, sir.
I agree.
Yeah,
I feel like with me personally, you all know the situation. Me, I was 6 years deep with this girl, was in love, you know, and obviously I mucked up. I fucked up. Obviously I was a bit of a dickhead. And then, you know, she tried to lock me up. It was mad. But God is good because it turned me the person I am now. I'm happy it happened. You know what I'm saying? You have to lose to win sometimes. And that was a loss. But obviously it built me to who I am now.
Definitely.
And obviously, karma will deal with everything for itself.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out Matt's Barbecue, man. I was in Matt's Barbecue. And then, you know, I come out, it's a story here. So I walked up to the bar now. Man's looking fresh. I walked up to the bar and I said, girl looks at me like.
This guy's too funny.
She looks at me. She goes,
I knew you had to say
goes,
shit.
I was like, and you know me, I'm thinking maybe it's a past flame. And I looked, I said,
got a few of those.
I should, I'm like, huh? Went, oh, yeah.
Mad.
I was like, Katie. I was like, yeah. I kept the humble, so you can't. I said, yeah, how's the family? You cool? Boom, you know. And I'm not being spiteful with it because man's, you know, doing his thing now, and you're behind the bar, so.
Serge.
You know, it makes sense.
It does.
Spiteful thing. Yeah, like karma will handle itself.
It will.
You know,
It really will. No, Serge is right though. Like I think it's two things. It's two consciousness. When someone chooses and decides, cool. But when you have that loss without having a decision or that person having an influence on it, it's much greater.
You will catch up. So just to round up on loss and relationship loss and grief, like any final thoughts, lads, or?
I think just off the note, whatever you lose, just always have faith and hope that something greater is coming, something better is around.
So that's what you're saying. Tell them.
Yeah, I think through the past 10 years, I've grown so much through the losses. So yeah, man, it's made me to the person I am today.
Yes, sir.
So yeah,
man, definitely we fall to get up, people. So remember that. Obviously, it doesn't rain forever. So just remember that. And massive shout out to Governor B for his lost tapes. He's doing like a lost tape thing, which is very good. So shout out to him as well. And shout out to all you man coming down, you know, and talking some real stuff to the people. And that's it. I'm out. Vigga VTV.